And then I think you and I are playing against two of those Barstool dudes and going on their podcast, or we're doing a co-post podcast together or something. Two of them, I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, they're in trouble. I can tell you right now.
I'm fucking glazing these boys. What a killer.
Part 3 podcast.
Let's fucking go.
Stephen Malbon.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get right into it.
Put him down for the birdie, dog.
Just a bit outside.
Gang is back together.
Somebody give me your fucking putter.
Hoard the putting.
I had to make it. Welcome back to another episode of the Part 3 podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, J.R. Smith, and this is obviously my co-host, Stephen Malbon. What's goody, Steve-O?
Back like crack in the 80s. Just
Back,
like
baby.
that.
I like the swag, my boy. I see you. I like the swag as always.
I got the little cashmere Birkins, Birkins dad hat that I got last year at the Augusta. Got my little spectacles on. I'm out here feeling like a grown up. Little cashmere polos and things.
You dadding it. You home alone, huh? Home alone with the kiddos. You dadding it.
Everybody got to glow up one day, right? I'm out here.
I ain't mad at that, dog. I ain't mad at that.
So what's
I like
up?
the new cut too, man.
Yes, sir. Did the whole, just had to go ahead and take it all off. And then,
yes, sir.
Your boy Billy Swagger hit me when I did it. He said, "Oh shit, you couldn't even go to the barber? You just gonna go straight military on him? You didn't get lined up or nothing." I just took the clippers. I was in New Orleans, sweating, humidity, and then I just said, "That's that." Next. So
damn. So you did it yourself?
Yeah, I did it and my wife was panicking. She's having anxiety with her hair going everywhere. I said, it's worse with the beard, little clippings with this shit was long. So when I was shaving that was easy. That was just a pile, looked like a squirrel nest in the sink when I was done.
Speaking of Swagger, man, I seen him today, man. He out here for that NFL Pro Cup event. So that's going to be pretty dope. But
what is that?
So we're putting together like a little tour. So it's NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL, and NFL has what, a 54-man field. NBA and NHL, because our field isn't as big as, having that many single-digit handicappers, we're going to do ours together. Ours is going to be like in July in Chicago. But essentially everybody has their own tournament, and then the 12 best guys end up playing at the end of the year in this format called the Pro Cup. It's a Stableford. And you guys, it's almost like a Ryder Cup event. So it's like basketball plays NHL and MLB will play in NFL. And then it goes swaps each day. And, and then the last day we'll have it's match play. So that's probably my favorite part of it. The first 2 days, I think, is one was alternate shot. One day was a shamble or best ball in, shit like that. But it was a dope event. They hold a dope ass event this year. NFL is at PGA Frisco, playing the East. So there's this weekend. So this should be a great event.
And then what on the basketball side? Who's in it other than you?
Me, Ray Allen, Gerald Henderson. I think Steph's playing. Their pops is playing. Dale Curry's playing.
His brother play?
I think his brother's playing. I heard he's pretty good too. Doc Rivers is playing. There's a lot of retired guys, mainly because when we do this event, when we do the Ryder Cup event, it's not really going to be, probably going to fall in season. So some of the guys aren't going to be able to play like Steph or something like that. So depending on how it works out, majority is like retirement players though.
And so it's the NHL does their entire, like I guess it's like their own tournament to get the 12 best, and then the NFL and the NBA, and then 36 best players from the 3 different sports go and do like a final tournament type deal.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
it's
do
pretty
it
dope.
last year?
We didn't have our own individual tournament last year. We did the Ryder Cup format with all the different sports, but this year is going to be the first year everybody pulls their own weight for as far as like bringing players out and who's who. So you got to essentially make the team.
Who's Vegas got their money? Who's the likely? The basketball or?
No, MLB for sure.
Oh, right. The
MLB's
baseball
got some
dudes.
ringers, dog. Those dudes are ringers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not even close.
I did this new campaign we're doing, and we did Sheffield, right? So we did. We did these. We're doing 4 foursomes, and it's basically this. The green is the common ground campaign we're rocking, and so the foursome we put together with Sheffield. It was Miy Lee, this lady Bianca, who's on the LPGA and played in the Philippine Olympics, got 4th place in the Olympics. And then Jesus of Golf and Gary. And it was Gary and Jesus versus Miy and Bianca. And basically on the last hole, on 18, it was all square, and Gary was getting a stroke. And so he hit his like iron in, and it hit the green and rolled off the back. We were doing it in Bradenton, Florida, somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
At the Ritz joint there. And so basically Gary chipped it up, and it like almost stopped by the hole, and then it kept running and running and running and running and went off the green. And then Jesus is like, okay, that's not bad. And Miy Lee, she's like, not bad. You didn't even keep it on the green. He said, it don't matter. I'm just going to chip it in anyway. And then he just walked over and chipped it in. Just chipped it in to win. It's like these baseball dudes. He told her, he called it on the thing live. So it was amazing to hear Gary out there, and we've had him on the show, obviously. He's the fucking fun dude. We played with him at the Grove, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep. He
Chef
took
is
all
the
the
man,
money and
dog.
ran. Well, I gotta go.
Chef is the guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Bro, man, I play with some of those LPGA girls, man, and they are incredible, man. Like, the way Minji's is dope. Padre's amazing. Oh, man. Yuka Sasso is fucking incredible.
They're great.
Man, those girls can really, like, they're special, bro. It's incredible.
And isn't it cool playing with them in the LPG? I mean, I saw you did the Pro-Am with Miy, and Billy was sending me photos and shit. We had just signed Miy, and I saw you out there with her. But, like, she's just the best. Miy is
so
the
dope,
best,
man.
right?
She's so dope. Just like, really down to earth and chill, but at the same time, you can tell she's like a gamer.
Yeah.
Like, just a killer out there. Like, literally within, like, sitting there having a conversation talking about Mary Doe or something, and, like, 3 seconds later, she's locked in laser, hitting it to 5 feet. And then right back to the conversation was, yeah, like, you know, Dallas is this. I'm like, oh, you're one of those. Like, you can...
Yeah, she's good.
You can play and just kill, like legit kill. It was dope to watch, man.
And she's like, when she plays bad, because I go to Evian every year, and that's where I met her, and we became friends. She's won before, so she stays in the same hotel we stay in. And so we've been friends for years, and she's always wearing our stuff, and like, but wears it like not on the golf course. And then, but I've seen her play bad and go on the putting green and putt for like 2 hours by herself and not say a word. Just like, don't look at me, angry. Her mom's scared of her. The LPGA players are scared of her. Like, when she is not like playing bad. You know, you could just see it in her, that fire of like, Miy Lee does not want to get beat. And you can just see her turn it in. Even at that, I think the last tournament when they were just in China, she chipped in like 5 times. I think 3 of them were for eagle. And little bro, Min Woo, he named her Dr. Chipinski. So she's chipping it in. She's chipping in for eagle and doing this. Like someone called the doctor. She's throwing she chip in and just that's that. Like, yeah, Minji's amazing.
Oakley guy. That's dope, man.
Min Woo went to Oakley. That was good. I saw your campaign. That shit looked great.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. That shit's been dope, man. Got a lot of big things coming up with it, so I can't wait to really unveil the arsenal on the shit. So changing up the landscape, man. Trying to be like you, man, like you and J-Day.
Yeah, that's right. That's good to hear. Jay's
I
been
can't
great.
wait for that Masters fit. Everybody's been talking about it, dog. Everybody's been talking about it. You gotta come.
So nuts.
Oh man.
So we basically put him in so we're doing a collaboration with Futura 2000, who's one of my favorite artists. And so Futura did the whole thing. And there's a collaboration that's coming out. And so there's this like oil painting he did that we put on all over print for polos and pants and windbreakers and jackets and all that. Mm-hmm. And I had been showing it to Jay the whole time, you know, and he loves it and this, that, and the other. And so I had him on Thursday in a basically head to toe oil painting. The entire thing is this like green and this just beautiful painting, this entire kit. And Brian Everett, when we were showing it to him out at the Amex, he's like showing him the shit, right? And he's like, you're okay to wear this? He's like, yeah, you just got to own it. He's like, I just gonna have to own that one. He's like, God damn, you gonna own it. It looked like he's going snowboarding in this crazy rain suit. So the Masters pushed back on it a little bit, and they said he could wear the pants or the top, but he couldn't wear the top and the pants. You know, so it's like a lot of vague rules and such. It says it has to be appropriate for the golf tournament, what deemed appropriate by the tournament committee. So it's like, it's their house, their rules. We had to water it down a little bit, but he's going to get some looks off for sure. And yeah, he's been playing well. I've been hanging. We did a shoot with him in that same campaign, Common Ground joint, that's going to launch the week before the Masters. Because, like, you know, there's a lot of build-up, and they're already interviewing him and asking him what he's wearing and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So many people have been asking me, like, man, what is he going to wear? What are you going to wear? Talk to your boy. Talk to your boy. I'm like, bro, if he does tell me what he's going to wear, I'm not going to tell you. What? No. I can't wait to see it, though.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. But he's been fun, man. That like whole sweatpants thing. You saw that when he wore the sweatpants at Pebble? It's like, this dude is nuts. He's like, I'm gonna wear the sweatsuit. I'm like, the black one? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wear that on Saturday, but Sunday I'm gonna wear the gray one. I'm like, oh, that's aggressive. The gray heather fucking like Rocky Balboa jump like like that one.
For sure.
He's like, yeah, I think I can. I don't know why I can't. And I'm like, all right, then I'm here for it, you know, like that sounds great if you're gonna do that. And then he got in a little jam over it. They hit him up and they had to explain the rules a bit, and you know, it's like that whole thing with the some of the rules in golf, and you know it more than anyone. It's like the rule is you can't. The rule's not you can't wear performance or sweatpants because like joggers are okay. Right. So then it's like, okay, well, what's the problem? Is it that you don't like cotton? Like, what's the real problem? It's like, well, it's the drawstring. And then it's like, yeah, but the rain gear has drawstrings.
Right.
You know, so it's not the problem for the synthetic nylon waterproof stuff to have a drawstring, but cotton can't have a drawstring. I'm just asking for a friend type of thing. Like, I just want to understand what's going on so we don't make mistakes. And then it really came down to that outfit was fine if he were to had a belt on. And then I'm just thinking like, yeah, but the belt would have been covered by the crew neck anyway.
Right.
So like silhouette wise, viewership wise, no one would have ever known if he had a belt. He maybe had a belt on that day. No one would have known because he's got a crew neck on. So it's just interesting. And it's, you know, it's my first time doing all this, like dressing people, having people on the tour and learning all this like rules and such. And so some brands may have a little easier, you know, grandfathered in type of deal. So like if, you know, Jay Lindbergh's been doing a certain thing for many, many years and they have a big logo or something, it's kind of like they're used to it. But when we came in making a bunch of noise and, you know, doing whatever we've been doing and getting noticed and such, then they're a little more, clamp down on it. So we've definitely gotten our hands smacked a couple times, but
I was gonna say I think it was the vest. The vest was the start of it.
yeah, the vest, and that was like an accident. Like we're working with Augusta. Augusta National's great. It's like I was saying, and we were in Augusta last year. So like on Tuesday, I'm going over there with the retail people with this. Like it's like a great thing. They love Jason.
Right.
They love us. They love what's happening. The game's changing, for the better. It's being more welcoming and all these different things. So like that was just basically like us not knowing the rule. Jay liked that vest. I didn't put together that like that was going to happen. I also didn't put together that he was going to play with Tiger. I had no idea any of that was going to happen. And in looking backwards is the greatest thing ever. But like Augusta and us are cool, and Jay and us and Augusta and everybody's cool. And it was just really the difference of like, if I came to your crib and you said, hey, take your shoes off, I would just say, okay. Like we'd never talk about it ever again. I just take my shoes off before I came in the crib. So that's basically what happened there. They said, hey, can you take that off? And he said, yeah, no problem. And that was it. And then the media and the, angry golf Twitter dudes, and then the like angry creative new wave, everybody's like fighting and, divisiveness and all that craziness. But like at the end of the day,
Everybody got to find something to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, and what have you been doing? You've been playing a lot?
Yeah, I've been playing a shit ton, bro. My game is fucking feeling good right now. I don't want to fucking jinx myself. No.
You just did.
My game is feeling like, but the thing about it is like, you're going to have a hole or two to like blow up holes or whatever, and shit just happens or goes wrong. But for me, like, where I feel like my game is turned a point to where I know what I'm doing wrong immediately. So it's very easily to correct. Even if like if I spray a tee shot on 7, when I get up to 9 or 10, I'm not thinking about that tee ball on 7. I know what I did wrong and how to correct it to be able to put myself at least in play to where I don't feel like the wheels are just coming off. You know what I'm saying? Like swinging out of your shoes, or like your balance just gets a little wicked because you swing a little fast, or you're playing with somebody who just bombs it. I've been able to really keep my game in my own lane to where I know how to get back on track when it goes sideways.
So when it's going good, like tell us your like thought process when you're like, okay, you got your yardage, whatever, you got the club, you're about to hit it. Like, talk me through what happens after you say, okay, I'm hitting a 7, I'm gonna hit a full 7. So like what, and I'll do the same. I'll explain what I'm thinking now too.
Well, for me at that point, mainly alignment. I try to do my best to set up in my alignment spot, or pick my target as small as possible. And lately, what's been really helping me is trying to focus on swinging around it or across it for whatever shot I'm trying to hit. So instead of just going up there and like, I'm just want to hit this 175 yards straight, like this ball's gonna move left or right.
You're picking one.
Yeah, I'm picking one, but I'm also being able to like not only pull it off, but I'm missing in the right spots. So where before, if I'm just trying to hit the straight ball and it draws or cuts, whichever, and I'm fucking short-sighted and the greens are running 13, and it's like it's over. Like you're gonna make a double, hopefully, and just, take your medicine. But I'm in the position now to where like I feel confident aiming at that water and hitting that little cut to where, on top of the wind blowing it that way, but it's not going to be far off the map where I got to chip back up on a short-sided into the wind, which isn't the worst, but...
Do you set up on the tee box? Like if you're going to draw the ball, do you set up on a certain side of the tee box? Or if you're going to hit a cut or a slice, do you set up? Like
Yeah.
me when you do,
Yeah.
you don't just
Like,
set
if
up
it's-
in the middle.
No, like if it's trouble right and I'm trying to hit a cut, I'm gonna aim on the right side.
And put the tee in the
not aim
ground
on the
or
right side, but I'm gonna
set
line
up.
up on it, set up on the right side and aim left.
And gives you room to hit it out left and let it cut back to the green or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's like a thing where like people listening, like you can save a few strokes around just on the tee box. If you notice, like, is the tee box flat or uphill or downhill?
Yeah.
And then if you're playing a cut, you should tee off on the far right side. If you're playing a draw, you should tee off on the left. You don't see like Tour and LPGA Tour players tee off in the middle of the tee box that much.
No.
Right? They're always doing that shaping a shot. Okay, so now you've figured out your alignment. You got set up on the right side of the tee box that's dictating the swing you're about to swing, and you're either going around it, which is the draw, or cutting across it is the cut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you're going to draw it and you teed up on the left. What happens next?
And I tee it up on the left. I try to block out the whole right side of the fairway and pick a spot where I want the ball to finish. Like where I see the ball finishing on the left side of the fairway, or on that if it is the wind is severely, left to right, and I'm aiming and I still got to try to hit a draw. If it's gonna, stay in the right rough, or if it's gonna be on the right side of the fairway, or if it's gonna be across the cart path, like I'm able to be more efficient with that shot, opposed to and working with my body. I would say more than just going out there free swinging. I'm able to match it up with much better with my timing to where, okay, I can almost turn it over a little more with my hands and almost purposely try to hit a 5 to 10 yard hook if the wind is blowing heavily left or right, which the wind has been blowing out here 30, whichever way. But it's been giving me opportunities to try to hit shots and shape shots.
And so when your swing thoughts, now you're about to hit it and you're going to hit whatever shot that is, are you thinking like wait or stay on your toes? Are there any like, other than just like having no thoughts, or is there any like things that are like, you're still having to make sure, like a little checklist or something after alignment?
For me, ball position plays a big part in it, especially with my cut. I tend to, when I'm hitting my cut and I get confident with it and I get overly confident with it, I tend to leave it a little further out on my left foot.
Like in the front.
Yeah, almost like in the driver position, which obviously you don't want to do with irons.
Yeah.
But I was really doing that with my irons a lot, and it would start out further left and it wouldn't come back as far as I wanted it to come back, because it's already way past my, my point of attack where I should be at anyway. But that and holding it off. I feel like I'm holding it off just a touch with my left wrist. And I guess I do got a little checklist. I guess my left foot is a little more open and a little behind my right. Little ball position a little further, probably half a ball in front, and try to hold it off. And I swing across. I definitely swing across my plane.
Yeah, that's great. It's like it's good to hear that like most of what you're saying is all in setup.
Yeah.
Right? So like people will be like, that's a lot to think about during a swing, or that's a lot of swing thoughts. It's like none of that shit was a swing thought. That was all like picking the shot, picking the club, picking the distance, where you want to land, how you're going to tee it up, where it's positioned. Like, yeah, that's a lot of stuff, but you're doing that at the convenience and time's your friend. Like you're doing all that. That's not the swing. So if you get all that shit right, then you have the freedom just to step in and hit the shot.
Yeah. After that, I just got to commit.
Yeah, commit and finish.
Yeah, and finish. I did everything to prepare me for this shot. Now, if I can commit to this shot and finish the shot, I mean, I can live with the results, whether it be I'm 2 feet from the pin or I roll off the back or roll off the front. If I hit it flush, then I can live with that.
Yeah, that's it. It's amazing at how much your score goes down if you actually put in the work to do all that shit prior to hitting the shot. Like, cause that's the hitting shots that's hitting shots, but golfing is like doing that algebra equation every single time you hit. Where if I miss, where can I not make par or birdie? Where can I miss and still make an easy par? Right? Like every single shot, it's like if there's a neighborhood on the right out of bounds and on left there's woods, you should blow it in those fucking woods. Then you can just take a 4-iron, chip it down in front of the green and still get up and down, make par. But if you blow it right into the neighborhood, now you're like 3 on the tee. Then it's just, now you're fighting for double at that point.
It's funny, man. I was just talking to my boy, Stephen Jackson. He lives on a golf course in Atlanta. And he's like, man, hey, Swish, man, look at this. Look at this. He goes out his front yard and he just turns the camera around and there's golf balls everywhere. He's like, man, I live on the 18th hole, man. And it's da-da-da-da. I was like, man, is it water left? I was like, well, I was asking, I said, what side of the hole do you live on? He's like, well, they come down from this side, so I'm on the right side. I was like, is it water left? He was like, nah, it's just some trees. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they not trying to go left. They blowing everything to the right.
Yeah, right in his neighborhood, right in his yard.
Right down the street, bro. That shit is hilarious. What's your swing thoughts? What are you like working on, or what are you thinking when you hitting shots? Is it setup or
yeah, all that setup stuff and like picking the shot for sure. Like, am I going to cut it or am I going to draw it? I never want to. And then it's like the drawing the ball or cutting the ball and just having like left side spin or right side spin when it lands. That's dictated to me by the hole, what I see out there, right? Like if the fairway is like that, I'm not going to draw it into a hill. I'm going to cut it so it'll hit the hill and bounce and roll out further, you know? So it's not always if you hit a draw, you get more rollout, because if you're drawing it, like I said, into a hill, it's just going to stop when it hits the hill. So that and having the freedom of doing both. And then, teeing up immediately, like on what side of the tee box gives me more room to sling a hook out or hit a big cut. Mm-hmm. And, if I'm going to hit a cut, I aim so far left that I just like, I'm wide open and I can just open and just pound it as hard as I want down the middle, because my chest is open, everything's open, and it gives me much more room to be able to do it. I do the same thing with my feet. If I want to hit it straight, which I don't want to, I would stand with my feet square with my shoulders in front of the ball straight, like if I did an alignment stand. But if I wanted to cut, I'll just move my left foot, 3 inches back. And if I wanted to draw, I'll move my right foot 3 inches back. And then your body's positioned where you can hit that shot. So there's that stuff. And then I'm on like, the main thing I'm really thinking about is just one thing. It's like putting the club exactly where I want at the top perfectly and going slowly to get it, where I want it to be at the top, where I think I have the best chance. So just slowly putting it right where I want it to be at the top. And then I can just pretty much at that point, there's nothing else to think about. And I can even feel it when I'm at the top. Like when I get to a certain point and I know I'm in the right spot, I could just start talking and shit at that point. Like I can't miss the ball if I get to that spot. But like sometimes I'll go up and I feel wonky. Like I feel like I'm not in the right place. And then it's like, I'm flipping it, trying to recover. I'm getting stuck, or all types of things could happen. So it's really only because, again, that's like I feel like I have control over the positioning, where I put the ball, how I line, what club I pick. All this stuff's cool, no problem. And then even like going to the top of my swing, like watching like Sung Jae and people like that, like they don't like whip it back. They go like really, 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 really slow to get it in the exact spot they want it to be. And at that point, there's not much left to do but just hit it. Yeah. So I'm really just thinking of that. And then
Matsuyama does an amazing job at that.
Yeah, because that's how good they are. They can just, put it where you want it, where your body's turned perfectly, your balance is perfect, your weight's distributed, everything's perfect, the club's exactly where it is. The club face is, for me, when I play, it's my right shoulder, and the club face are pretty much the same. So if I put it up properly, at that point, I just turn and hit it. And it's not really too much thought in it. And then if I'm thinking of anything after that, I'm thinking like, in order to make sure I keep good tempo, it's like just finish and hold my follow through like Minji. Just like the most perfect balanced follow through ever. That way I won't get out of whack. I don't swing it too hard, the tempo, this, that, and the other. And I'm definitely on some like take a extra club and just chip it, flighty, chippy, not hit it hard, like
I'm
lose my
definitely on
balance.
that time right now.
Yeah, because it's like, what do I care? Why am I going to hit a hard 8-iron? I'll just hit a smooth, simple 7. And then what about when you're playing, like if you hit a draw with if you had a stock 7-iron, how far does that go?
My stock 7-iron, 174.
174, but if you hit it with a draw,
Probably
it goes further?
179.
And if you hit it with a buttery cut,
I could hit the
less.
same. No, I could hit the same distance with a cut.
The 178?
Yeah.
No, the draw's further.
No, I can hit a power cut to that number. It's just it's going. It's a feeling I don't like feeling. For me, if I'm gonna, honestly, bro, like it's really like one of my kryptonites right now to hit a hard cut and trust it to where I feel like if I'm down one on 18, I'm gonna draw it. And from the fairway or whatever, I'm gonna hit the draw because
you're gonna hit it hard.
And I'm gonna hit it hard.
You're gonna hit it hard, yeah. Because that's
like
the
I'd rather hit a hard 8 draw than to hit a cut 7
when the money's on the line.
When the money's on the line, yeah.
That's every like low handicap golfer. It's obviously. I mean, I think it's like if you were to, I never really played basketball, but like it's got to be easier to dunk the ball than to do a finger roll.
Oh, for sure.
The odds are a lot easier to just dunk it hard as you can. The other ones, it might hit the rim or some shit and bounce out.
Hit the rim, hit the back of the rim, hit the backboard, fucking air ball. Like, somebody block that shit.
So when you get in pressure and you're down low and someone throws it to you, it's like just fucking hit it as hard as you can. Just dunk the fuck out of it and get back. It's over. It's the same thing really with golf. It's like that's the difference between us and those dudes on TV or like Minji. Like Minji doesn't hit the ball hard.
No.
Like she's not gonna ever under pressure hit a hard 8-iron. She's gonna hit a hold off, perfectly distant 7-iron. And it'll hit and stop and listen to her. Where if she hits a hard 8, it might hit and bounce off the back of the green, or like it's too much spin. It could zip off the front. There's all that. But again, when the pressure's on, it's the easiest shot is just to say, fuck it, I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can. And I know it'll draw.
Yeah. That's my confidence swing right there. Like it's funny because like when I was playing with them and I'm just sitting there looking like, nobody looks like they're being aggressive in their swing to like attack the flag, but they're attacking the flag. Like there's not a violent like approach to this ball has got to go 175. It's like, no, this ball is going to go 175 because
it's clockwork.
It's just like, exactly. It's literally
just clockwork. Like they know. Even that. So when we were at Pebble, this is a wild one. So Jason goes to the range. So I was hung with him for the week, right? Like every day in the camp, showing up at a certain time. So first thing they do is the gym. They do about 45 minutes stretching, right? Like number one, 45-minute stretch session. And this is on practice rounds or the other round. Then there's like a Monday at Pebble. So he does 45 minutes. in the gym. Then he goes out and he putts and chips for about an hour. Then he goes on the range and he starts with these. They got these orange cones and they set the cones down and it's every 10 yards. So it's 40 yard, 50 yard, 60 yard, 70 yard, all the way up to 120. And then the caddy goes out. Luke, the caddy, he goes out and stands next to it. And he's measuring if it's 1 yard, if it lands 1 yard from the orange cone, he gives the thumbs up, he picks the cone, and then you move to the next cone, right? So it's 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, all the way up to 120. And then his swing coach sits on the floor. No, his psychiatrist / putting coach, Jason Goldsmith, who's amazing, this dude. He's super zenned out, and he does Justin Rose, and he does Jason, and they switch back and forth each week. They don't share them during the week. It's like 1 week you're with Swish, next week you're with me, and they determine where he goes each week and with who. So he sits on the floor and they work. He sits like 10 foot from him on the driving range, like 5 foot from the ball. He sits Indian style while Jay's hitting these shots. And they go through this process of trying to get into the, they're trying to get like subconscious. They're going into the subconscious by thought process.
Trying to get lights out, baby.
Yeah, like this is what I'm watching this shit all week. So he'll say, look at the ball, feel the target. Now look at the target and sense the ball. Now look at the ball, sense the target, swing. That's the process. So when they're doing that, now he's like on his third eye shit. Like if I were to say to you right now, like, you point to where your kitchen is. Like you could point to where the kitchen is. You don't need to look first.
All right.
Like you know exactly where it is. You can feel where the kitchen's like this, the refrigerator is from where you are right now. You know exactly where it is, right?
100%.
You don't need to like look that way first. So that's what they're working on this subconsciously. Like you already know where the kitchen is. So he already knows where the flag is. So why would you need to look again? So each week they did it every day. And the best that he's ever done is out of the 10 targets, he hits it 1 yard. It took him 11 swings. So 11 swings. So he misses the 70 yard. The 70 yard is the hardest of the of the 10. So they lock into that. They go through that. And it's until you hit it 1 yard, you can't move to the next one. So he's landing it within 3 feet from the cone. So they have it that locked in where 40 yard, 50 yard, 60 yard, 70 yard, 80 yard, all the way up to 120. So that's from 120 in. Before 40 yards, that's chipping. They already worked on that. Now they're doing these pitches, exact yardage pitching. So when they're playing and he's like, I think I need to fly this like 55 yards. Then it's like, okay, well, it's a little more than the 50 and it's a little less than the 60. It's like, give me the club.
Incredible.
Give me the club. Like, and you'll see them being like, get down when he's playing. He'll hit it in a 60-yard shot and he's like, down, down, down. And it lands like 4 foot past the pin. 5 foot past the pin, but they work on that like every single day. They spend as much time as needed because it might take them, 30 shots to hit those 10 targets. But the best that they've ever done working on this thing is 11 shots to hit it 1 yard from 10 targets. That's different yardage
incredible.
Apart. Right? Like like even you, it's incredible to me that you're over here saying you hit your 7-iron 174 yards. It's like, damn, you're locked in. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to.
I got a Trackman, dog. I gotta use it. It's fucking 30 grand over here sitting there collecting dust. I might as well use it.
Yeah, so then after that point, then they hit balls for about an hour all the way up to driver. And then they'll go play 9 holes, practice, but they're doing 2 or 3 shots every single time. So like number 2 at Spyglass, it's like, let me try the 5-wood. All right, let me see where the 4-iron goes. And then let me see the 5-iron. And then they'll take notes like, yeah, it's the 5-iron. Like tomorrow when we're playing, we're not hitting that other shit. We're only going to hit the 5-iron because that leaves me exactly where I want to be. And I know exactly the next club that I'm going to hit. So the amount of work they do is insane. It's just insane at the preparation and the work that they put in. And that subconscious thing. So I don't know exactly, I can't remember, but the conscious mind can do like thousands of things per second. The subconscious mind can do like millions of things per second. If you're not thinking about what you're doing, you could do like way more stuff. So it's all tapping into the subconscious mind and being able to let your body just do what your mind tells it to do. And even to the point where on like Spyglass number 3, the second day, so Jason times the Goldsmith, his shrink guy, he times his process because he knows if you look at the ball, then you feel the target, and you feel the target, and you look at the ball. And if you go through that stuff, it should take X amount of time. And so he hit it in the bunker on the par 3. And then he goes, Steve-O, did you see that? And I said, what? And he goes, he peeked one last time. So he looked at the target, felt the ball, looked at the ball, felt the target, and then you're supposed to swing. But instead he gave a little fear, a little self-doubt, a little looked at the bunker, and then hit it in the bunker, fried egg, didn't get up and down, bogey. And it was 100% because he didn't trust that it's like you don't need to look to know where the kitchen is. It's right over there. Right. It's still there. So like, it's insane to see someone on that level, like trying to tap into subconscious. And I think it's probably like, goes into like when you're playing your best at any sport, like you're not thinking at that point.
No.
You're not thinking of your shot. You don't have time. You're not thinking of any of it. You're just doing
with
it.
The flow.
It's that like flow state, subconscious takes over, and then when you're in the subconscious state, you're not thinking of, oh, is my left wrist here and position 1 and where's my weight? Like you're not thinking of any of that stuff at that point. You're just doing it. So
I hope I get that good at golf.
Yeah, and he's been doing that since he is like 15 years old. He's been doing that visualization. And then you ever see Jason Day before he hits a shot, he like stands back and shuts his eyes?
Yeah, I've seen
and he
that.
Visualizes it. And then sometimes you'll see him just start blinking his eyes like crazy. He'll like stare down the fairway, but then start blinking his eyes. And then he's making it into like a movie. So it's tweaking the vision where it's becoming like a movie he's painting, and then he sees the ball going down it. And then when he steps in, he like steps into the film that he just previewed. So it's not like he just walks in. It's like he like sidesteps in and like inserts himself into the little movie he just created in his brain first. And so the Goldsmith homie is teaching Remy this stuff. And like when you're 13 and you start learning visualization and subconscious flow state and all of this stuff at a young age, like Jason's been doing it his whole career.
I mean, I think about that like ever since I was a kid, putting up shots and stuff like that. I always had an imagination of somebody guarding me and shooting over top of people so much that when it came to the game, it's like I've done it so many times, it's not even like a reaction to me. So it's not like I have to try even harder I got to make sure I get it all the way up here. And it's just like, no, I've done this already. So just get it over here.
You've done it so many 10,000 hours.
Yeah, man. That's how I look at Tiger, man. Whenever like, because like obviously, you know, and we'll talk about the injury and stuff, but like, I just feel like he's done it so many times and knows his body to where it doesn't necessarily matter who he's playing against. It's just whether his body can obviously like withstand the pounding of like, you know, playing or walking the golf course. But like, you can give him a golf club right now. I'm like, okay, this is 82 yards. And he'll just, all right.
He can hit it there.
He can hit it to 90 and make it spin back, you know? And I feel like Rory's really in that groove because he's like,
he's on.
His wedge game has been on point. And putting obviously has been crucial, but I don't think he's getting enough credit for his wedge game right now. He's hitting his numbers to a T.
At the Players, when he went back out versus JJ, he was like, you know, it's 5 swings. Like, he just simplified it. It's like 3-hole playoff is 5 good shots. Like, let's go. It's
That's
so
it.
easy for him to confidently be like, I can make 5 good shots. Like, the hell? That's
Especially,
light
I mean,
work.
Made it to 16 and 2
Yeah, I think he had like wedge.
on the par 5.
He had like
bro, in the
180.
playoff. Like,
Yeah,
come on, bro.
he had 180 in, and he hit a wedge. It was downwind, so I think he hit driver wedge, and then just 2-putt birdie.
no
The
big
other
deal.
dude blew it right. You know, JJ blew it right. He was in the rough, barely got over the water. Then I think he was in the bunker, and then didn't get up and down the bunker. And then he got fooled too, that on the next hole, Rory hit 9. Did you see that? Where you watched it? Where he was like looking in his bag?
Yeah.
And then
I'm
he's
like-
thinking, well, if Rory hit 9, I should just hit stock 8, flies the green. It's like, Rory didn't hit a stock 9. He hit a little flighty no spinner.
Little flighter.
He knew exactly what to do.
It's funny, man. That's like another nuance that I've learned in the game. Like watching what other people hit, but also understanding how they hit it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't before. I'm like, you could see someone hit a shot and you're like, oh, that's a good shot. But you don't necessarily know if they hit it 100%, 80%, 83%, not 75%. And a lot of it is obviously in body language and everything else, but like just paying attention, especially if you get a routine of playing with certain guys, and just like, okay. Like I've picked that up playing with some Corn Ferry guys, and they were just like giving me some clues and tips on like how to see it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So he hits that 7, I can still get there with a 9. I just gotta hit it the way I want to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, Rory's been playing great. What about Scheffler? Scheffler's has the old baby, cuts his hands. Somebody I saw Phil Mickelson was like, he won't win again this year or something. Phil said some shit like loud, say it loud. He just said like basically like he's cooked. He's not gonna win this year. Like, like, damn. But you know how that goes, dude. You go from like, you see Jordan Spieth still struggling.
Yeah,
like
buddy.
he was the best in the world. It's so wild at how like Rory has been able to be like, he's been really good the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he didn't take 4 or 5 years off going a slump.
No.
Even like Justin Thomas is like fighting his way back, or
Or
you
Ricky.
know, Ricky or Jordan Spieth, all these people that get to be that good. And then like, you know, Jason went from number 1 in the world to like a number 130th in the world. It's like, and he's still grinding every day. He's still practicing. Like, it's amazing at how I heard Max Homa did an interview last week, and he's like, it's just like a bad relationship. It's a toxic relationship with golf. And he's like, I'm the toxic one in this relationship. But he's like, it's amazing how you can work for 3 months, you know, work just nonstop. He said he went on the first hole and he hit the best drive he's ever hit in his life. And then for the next 2 days, he never hit a ball in the middle of the face again. So on one, he ripped the driver. Here we go. We're back. And then he hit a skanky 5-iron. Then he hit a skanky this, skanky that. Just like missed the cut. Going home. Can't hit the ball.
Crazy.
It's amazing at how cruel golf can be sometimes, where you can just put everything you got in it and get worse.
Yeah.
You just keep getting
for
worse.
Sure. For
right?
sure. See, for me, it's like, it's a telltale sign for me, because it's like, especially if I've been hitting the ball sideways or bad all day, or like not even all day, but just been hitting it bad. And then you hit that one pure, clean shot, and then you get a terrible break, bro. Oh my God, I'm ready to strangle myself. Oh my God, dog. You kidding me? Give me a break.
Going back to that Sean Foley when we had him on, what he was talking about, how like you get the adrenaline and the dopamines release at the possibility of hitting a good shot,
Yeah.
right? Because like if you did it, you wouldn't keep doing it.
No.
Like it's just, you would be like, I'm over this. This is shit. Like I'm not good enough to do this. This is crazy what I'm doing. I'm spending hundreds of hours grinding, working, chipping, hitting balls, range, lessons, training, this, everything, and just keep going out shooting 80. I mean,
Man.
even Justin Thomas, what did he do? He shot 73
or some shit like that?
No, he shot like 76 or maybe higher, and then shot 62 the next day.
Nuts. He was out.
It's like,
bro,
yo.
I'm sitting there looking like all you got to do is par 18, bro.
What do you do?
All
Hit
you
it in
gotta
the
do
water?
is hit it in the fucking water, dog.
Pull the driver.
I'm like, bro, even if you blow it right, I've seen
yes.
people get up and down from the right.
Yeah.
Never seen anybody make par from the water on the left.
Oh, no, there's no
Never.
chance. That's that thing what we were talking about. Like, even when you saw like on 18 at the TPC Sawgrass when they did the playoff, they both blew it right. Rory's like, I'm up by three, blow it right. Chip
What's
one
the
out,
worst?
hit it on the green, 2-putt, get a bogey. He can't beat me.
He can't
He's not
beat
going to
me.
eagle it.
No.
He's not
No
going to
way.
eagle it, and I'm not going to double it, so he can't beat me. But he can beat him if he hit it in that water.
100%.
That changes everything.
100%. That's what I'm like, bro. There's no way I'm going for the course record. And then that putt on 17 was just, oh my God. For JT, that was
He
a
just
tiger
poured it
ass.
in, and then he
just
looked back
poured it
at
in.
Ricky and them. Ricky and
Poured it
Smiley.
in. My guy Smiley. See Smiley at Scottsdale, man. Smiley's a great dude.
So we're going to Augusta. I was just talking to them about it. We got the house. It's close to, we got the podcast house close to Augusta National, right next door to, Augusta Country Club. And then we
Sick.
got daily tea times, 10 a.m. at Tree Farm, where we
Perfect.
played last year, right? So every day at 10, we can invite guests, and we can have guests come on the podcast, like at the crib, like at about 9,
Yeah.
do a little quick 30-minute, and then finish the podcast with them out there playing. So we can film pretty much the whole week or whenever we're playing. And I'm getting there the Monday, or I'm getting there Sunday. And then I think you and I are playing against two of those Barstool dudes and going on their podcast, or we're doing a co-post podcast together or something. Two of them, I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, they're in
They
trouble.
getting whooped.
I
They
can
are
tell
getting
you right
whooped,
now.
bro. I'm fucking glazing these boys. What a killer.
You and I match play versus those two live from Tree Farm, which we're going to obviously document all of that. And then we can go like through the week. We're going to, we're going to stay at the crib. Q's going to come stay at the crib so we can get him out there golfing. And then it's just lovely, as you know, like being there at Augusta, having a tea time every day is like the best news in the world. So if you don't want to play, you go to the Masters.
For sure.
But if it's like, damn, it's hard for me not to want to go
I
play.
gotta get one of those putters. I gotta get one of those Masters putters this year.
What, the Scotty Cameron one? You need that, huh? What's
I
the
just need
newest
one.
equipment?
I just
What have you
need
been
one.
buying? What have you been buying? The people want to know with this obsession with buying things. Those infomercials get you late night on the Golf Channel lately.
Nah, man.
Lab
You know what,
putter,
though?
lab putters.
Hey, man, fortunately, shout out to Lab. They've been gifting me, a nice selection of putters. I appreciate that. I haven't put it in my bag yet, but I've been rolling it with this spider, dog. Oh, my God, I've been rolling it. And I got the, where's my bag at? Well, the bag I'm using anyway. I got this, obviously it's Ryder Cup year, so I got the Olympic LA golf shaft and my spider. Super sick. I'm waiting on that Super Stroke USA Ryder Cup joint, the grip. But other than that, man, I put the new TaylorMade Woods in my bag.
They're
I
nice,
love 'em.
right?
I love them, bro.
I
But
love that
didn't do it.
driver.
It's funny. I didn't go. I wanted to go to tour, and I thought I should have because the core one was a little spinny at start, and I ended up going to. I was hitting a black Ventus 7X shaft, so I went to a lighter shaft like Rory shaft, the 6X, and it's been my driver's been mint. So fortunately, I'm not losing too many balls off the tee. So obviously the score's been dropping from that, but the 2 hybrid has been incredible. QI 35 and the 3-wood is incredible. So off the tee in that sense, and par 5s, reaching stuff in 2, I've been really good with and confident with. I just got to get better with these wedges, dog. My wedge game can definitely save me some strokes.
You got to lock in with that Trackman to do that thing that Jason does. Like 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, 70 yards, and just lock those in. And like, it's amazing. It's like when I'm like on I don't have if you were to tell me to like blindfold me and say hit it 70 yards, I don't know how to do it. But if I look at it, I could do it. So
Right.
like, I don't know my yardage like that. I'm more like just feel like, which I need to get techie and like learn. This is the swing that goes 60. This is the swing that goes 50. This is the swing that goes 40. Right now, I'm just like,
free swinging.
yeah, I can do it pretty well, but
Right. It's just not as
I
consistent
can't
as
do
it could
what
be.
he's doing. No, I
Right.
can't do it in one swing. 40 yards, hit it 40, hit it 80. Hit it 70. It's like,
yeah, see, and that's those shots when those caddies are like, it's about 50, 55, but the green runs away from you, so you want to hit it, flight it to 40 yards.
yeah, or like 43.
43
like,
or 45, and just let it, like, sit and nestle.
Release.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, exactly.
That is making it so bad. I got a tournament actually up there by you this on Monday and Tuesday
Where at?
in Napa.
Oh, snap.
Bridgestone Collegiate, Howard's event. It's BYU, Howard, San Fran, Cal Poly, Michigan State, Santa Clara, Central Michigan, Nihon, Texas. Oh, Texas Southern. Oh, no. Yeah, that is Texas. North Alabama, Florida A&M, A&T, UC Davis. Should be good, man. I got to get these numbers down, though. Like, I've never been to the Silverado Resort, so I'm excited.
They do a tour spot there, I think. That's
Oh, do they?
Silverado one. I think it's that other Pro-Am that's like after Tahoe or before Tahoe or something. I'm not quite sure. You played anywhere good lately outside of Texas? You been anywhere?
Man, I went to St. Lucia and played Cabot, the new Cabot. It was incredible.
I bet. All the cliffs and shit.
All the cliffs, the was it like 14 holes on the water. It's incredible. It's a huge test of golf too because the wind was blowing 35 every day. So you got a couple par 3s where dudes are like, a couple older guys hitting driver and just couldn't get there. It was nuts.
And you played all right?
Yeah, I came in second in a little event we had. Like, we put a little stable for together with 8 guys. I came in second, won a little cash. But we get, like I'm telling you, the game's just been feeling good, but I've been able to manage it to where I'm just not coming off the rails like I used to, bro. Like, you hit one sideways. Well, for me anyway, I would hit 1 or 2 sideways, and then I'd just start automatically overly tweaking and just can't get it back on, opposed to like just getting back to the basics. And honestly, the best thing I've purchased in the last, I would say 6 months, bro, alignment sticks.
Really?
Like, and I've had them, but I purchased some dope ones for my club anyway. But I've had them, but I just never really, took advantage of it and used it. And when I went to the Hilton in Orlando with the girls at Lake Nona, I'm just sitting, every time I hit the range, I'm looking like, there's something all these girls have in common. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not the swing. It's not the little gadgets that they got. It's not the caddy. It's not the perform. They all have alignment sticks, and they all lay them down, and they all use them. Like, if I don't know what I'm aiming at, and I don't know where my swing is at today, it doesn't matter. Which makes so much sense.
Yeah.
If I know how to get through the ball, and I know where I'm aiming at, and I know I'm not overcompensating or under, like, that's all the difference right there.
I went through it with the putter. I played Pebble with Lot, OG Lot the other day. He came out and we played Pebble. Fun as hell. But I would hit the ball insanely well. And on the first hole, I had a 5-foot birdie putt, uphill putt, pretty much straight putt, like easy birdie to get it going. And I hit it and it barely went left right when I hit it. So I played with OG Lot out at Pebble, and so the first hole I got a 5-foot birdie putt uphill, situated beautifully. Putted it, as soon as I hit it, it just barely went left. And so then I started thinking, like, damn, I felt like I putted it perfectly. I must have pulled it. Then on the next hole, it's a par 5. I had like a 6-foot birdie putt, and I was kind of nervous. I thought I pulled the first one, and then I blocked the next one. Right? Because I overfixed it with the putting. And then I went through the whole thing and I missed 6 birdie putts within like 7 foot. So, which is great that I've got 6 birdie putts, but like kind of left frustrated. I think I shot 76 or 77, but it could have been like really good because I was just doing whatever I wanted to do off the tee, hitting irons, wedges, distance, leaving it under the hole, like everything I could do to shoot, you know, even, couple under even if I was just making putts. But missing the putts. Then I went to the preserve, same shit. Then I'm on the putting green, and there was one of these college players out there with all the tools and everything. And so I'm like friends with her, and I said, hey, let me borrow your little setup with the tees and the lines and all the shit on the putting green like they do. So I set up, and I putted it, right? And she's like, your face is closed. The face is closed on the putter. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, your face is left lip, but I'm trying to hit a straight putt. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because it looked square to my eyes, and it was an optical illusion. The club face is closed, but it looks square. So that's where I had been either blocking them or I'm trying to fix it. I think I'm wondering, am I pulling it? Am I blocking it? Everything. And it was just lined off wrong. So Secret of Choi, my putting coach in Korea, I sent him a video and said, I got a problem. I'm seeing the face square, but it's really natural. It's closed and there's an optical illusion, and I don't know how I can't find square. Like it's a scary ass feeling when you're going over a 5-foot putt and you don't know if you're like square or not with the putter. I know I'm stroking it great, but I'm missing the putts. So he said basically could be 2 things. One, your eyes aren't over the ball. You're too far away from the ball, and it's giving the optical illusion, or your right shoulder is too far in front of your left shoulder. So he's like, pull your right shoulder back and make sure your eyes are directly over the ball. And as soon as I did it, it looked square, and it was square. You know, but like is again what you're saying. It's like if you don't know where you're aimed, that's a freaky feeling. It's like crazy. If you don't know where you're aimed and you're pure in the ball, but it's like going left. It's like, what the world is happening right now? It feels perfect. So then if you at least have the alignment stick, you know where you're aimed. And if the ball's still going left, it's because your club face is closed. Or you can kind of get into it and figure out why is the ball going left. Or you stop turning and you flip it or whatever it may be. But I agree, like that type of stuff is like, has nothing to do with the swing. It's all the setup. It's all the preparation. It's all like how you practice and use the tools to be able to do such things.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties here at the Part 3 podcast. We will be right back with Stephen Malbon.
And as Swish said, technical difficulties are over, but it is my bedtime. Swish, thank you for being here. It's great to see you, brother. We're back. We'll see y'all sooner than later. See you in Augusta and Barstool. We're coming for you.
Let's go.